Welcome to the UK's #1 horticultural podcast. It is the Bearded Growers. I'm back, JJ.
He's back. But why weren't you on the show last week?
Because after our visit to Rugby Garden Centre, I got nicked.
He did. Unfortunately,
for shoplifting.
He spent a week in Borstal because he got done for shoplifting. The 92-year-old woman that performed the citizen's arrest on you was rather sprightly and pinned you like Conor McGregor.
Mate, literally, I was stuck to the floor. Beryl had me in an arm lock.
She did.
I couldn't move.
He was tapping at. He didn't know what was going on.
Because that educating Bish, they gave me some free compost. They did me on security cameras. They said I could have the compost and the plant.
They did.
They did me for not paying for it.
How is your daily here anyway?
I don't know, I've been in Borstal.
Oh, yeah.
You know the worst thing about that?
Yeah.
I was in the showers in Borstal. I farted and someone went, "Ooh, sounds like my size."
Jesus Christ. Right, so what are we going to do today?
Well, today, JJ, because I got done for that and it was free, I want to talk about bargains.
Ooh, I like a bargain.
Because Lidl and Aldi, home bargains, all them type of places are always fantastic for your horticulture.
They are. Lidl and Aldi, this last week, have had their garden... spring garden event in the middle aisle.
Yeah.
So the middle aisle at Lidl and Aldi has been all about gardening. We want to know, what have you taken advantage of in that middle aisle? What bargains have you picked up? And more importantly...
tulips, dahlia, TIG welding kit, trumpet.
Paddleboard, sorted.
5-man canoe.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway. But other than that, we have also got for you today...
JJ's Jobs of the Week. The staple is here.
Oh, yeah.
We've also got another horticultural hero lined up.
We've got Kate this week. We're going indoors with the houseplants.
So let's not kill stuff.
You'll really enjoy this because you do kill things quite a lot.
All the time, mate.
Yes.
All the time.
So we're going indoors.
We've also got Educating Bish.
We have indeed.
And, of course, my favourite segment, Fake Garden News.
Oh, yeah.
So let's kick the show off with JJ's Jobs of the Week. So this week, JJ, what have you got lined up for us at number 5, broski?
Ooh, number 5 is a good one. If you've got a pond, which you should have in your garden and allotment and
no excuses,
porch, have one indoors, I don't know, just have a pond everywhere. It's a lovely time now to remove your pond netting to allow things in and out of your pond.
Just open up the seasons.
Opening up the pond season.
There you go. Number 4, JJ.
Plant out your gladioli corms. Now I love a gladioli, and I went pastel colours last year, and they gave me a fantastic display. But now is the time to do it. Always, they are flat. They're like little donuts, little donut peaches. You know the donut peaches that became a thing. They look like them. A gladioli corm, but a little bit hairier, right? And they've got a pointy end.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of a hairy peach. I like it smooth, like no hairs.
Wow. Anyway, the corm has got, I like to say, they've got an underside, which is the bum hole, and they've got a top side, which is the pointy end. Pointy end down.
Pointy end down.
No, that's wrong. Pointy end up.
Pointy end up so you can grow, right?
Yeah. So the roots come out of the bum hole, and the plant grows out of the top pointy bit. Gladioli corms, they're wicked. If you save them from last year, have a little sort through, get rid of any little baby ones that have grown alongside it, because that can happen and they spread lovely. If they're a bit mushy, don't bother getting them in. Just chuck them and get yourself some new ones. But gladioli, get them in now! Get
yourself a rooty anus. Number 3! Number 3, come on.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at your rooty anus.
Everyone laughs at my rooty anus.
Yes, indeed. Right, feed your roses is the next one, okay? So you're going to get a nice rose feed, whether you're doing a granular 6-monthly feed, or whether you're doing...
Bish of a week was about roses.
Was indeed, absolutely. That was about pruning roses. So you've pruned them, and now you're going to feed them, and then you're going to get some lovely new... And then you get some lovely new growth on your roses. All right? So you're going to get some growth.
What do you recommend?
If you feed the rose, you'll get the growth. Okay.
So you feed it, and then you get the growth.
That's it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Number 2.
Wow, this has took a turn. Sow your beetroot seeds. Now I've done mine.
I love beetroot.
I've done mine. Now I've done 2 sowings. I've done a sowing directly in the soil over the allotment. No idea how that's got on. We'll come on to the allotment shortly because I've got news. But I've also done a sowing here in the garden in some trays, so I can do them as modulars and I can just transplant those plugs. They've already come up.
Nice.
2 weeks roughly.
That's pretty good.
And they were up, and they look all right. No, they're in the unheated plastic outside greenhouse with the doors been open as well. Beetroots are hardy; they don't care. They'll kick anybody's ass. Yeah.
I've been in prison.
Yeah, he's a thug now.
Thug
life chose Bish. Right, yeah, sow your beetroots, get them in. Do them nice and thin. I think I did say this last week, but do them nice and thin because you don't want to get too many together. Even in one seed cluster, it can have up to 3 seeds in it. And the more space you give them, the bigger and better your beetroots are going to be. And if you don't have to thin them out, you don't have to waste plants. That's what I always think thinning out is, wasting plants.
There you go. And what is the top job this week, JJ?
If you like your herbs, not those types. If you like your herbs, it's a good time to lift, divide, and split,
and conquer,
and get free plants.
Love free plants.
We absolutely
especially
love free plants.
Especially since it's a bargain special, mate.
Absolutely.
You can't get more of a bargain.
Mint cuttings are doing all right. There's a little tiny bit of root growth coming on them. Eventually, we'll show you, maybe, unless I knock them over, which might happen in here because it's a bit tight.
And we play a lot of darts.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Anyway, that was JJ's Jobs of the Week.
Get on with it. There you go, JJ.
JJ's Jobs of the Week, done.
Always, mate. Always. So bargains, JJ.
Do you want to talk bargains or do you want to talk about the little thing I said about my allotment?
Let's talk about the allotment and then we'll go to the bargains.
Okay. So I have allotment news.
I feel you've got some off your chest.
Yeah, I got allotment news.
What have you done? Are you upset?
Nothing. I had an email last night.
Oh, dear. Tell me more.
Right. Somebody might have had a Get Your Act Together notice.
Oh, no.
And he's only a host of a bloody gardening podcast.
Well, you have the allotment for weeks.
It's not. I've not got a clean up notice. I've effectively got. They were gonna give me one. Yeah. So I'd have had like a month to get my act together, or then they just took the plot off me. Right. They've given me. They were gonna give me one, but in fair play to our plot leader, the plot leader.
Piss off.
He turned around and went, "Hang on a minute. That is not deserving of a clear up notice. Give him till the next inspection." And
why?
If it's no better,
no offense, mate.
Do you want to know why it was given a clean-up notice?
Actually, I've seen your allotment, and I'm not really sure how you would actually get a clean-up notice. Like me, 100%.
Do you want to know why it's been given a clean-up notice?
Right.
Because I started building Boracic Park.
Yeah.
And I never finished it.
Standard.
They don't like that.
So you've got half a structure.
Yeah. I've got the frame up, but it's never been clad. It's never been covered. It's never been netted.
I can help you with this.
Oh, no. It's coming down. Yeah. Right, I've made the decision. It's coming down. I've got a co-worker on that plot now. It's technically not my plot anymore. It's the chap from work is co-working it with me. Yeah. But we need to take it down. They don't like it. They don't like the doors. They think it's dangerous. You know what else they don't like? What? Plastic covering my beds.
I actually agree with that.
Why?
Use cardboard.
That's rubbish. Cardboard blows away. Cardboard gets wet and falls apart.
Yeah, but it goes back
you use plastic to cover your beds in winter. They're covered in winter. The point is, it's weed suppressant over winter. It's warm in the soil. I will remove it.
You say you plant potatoes.
I will turn it out.
The
problem is they're all beds over there, so they've been turned over, dug, and covered, and then the bed's back on the top to stop the weeds growing through, which is logical. Yeah. They don't like the plastic. This is on. Hang on. This is on. This is on plot number 1, right? Which is all individual raised beds. Yeah. There's 15, 16 raised beds on there. 3 of them are open. 1's full of weeds. 3 of them are dug over and sorted, happy. The rest are covered in plastic, so they don't get full of weeds, right? Yeah. On my other plot, 75% of it's currently covered in black plastic. They're not bothered about that one.
So why are they bothered about the other one?
I've said nothing about that one.
So why have they said something about the other one?
Don't know. And also they've said, well, there's an uncultivated bit at the back which you've never done anything with. And the reason I've never done anything with is because the previous tenant decided to bury the contents of his entire fucking house at the back of there. And unless they expect me to bring in a frigging skip, I don't know how they expect me to get rid of this stuff.
Have you gone back and spoke to him about this?
Yeah, I've gone back. Oh, you know me. Oh, I was very triggered. Oh, I was full Harold Bishop last night. Blah, 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 blah. And then I stopped, and then I deleted it, and then I wrote it again.
Pussy.
No, I'm not a pussy. I got even more swear words in. Didn't swear. It's not Mark's fault. He's just passing the message on. Yeah. He's done his job as our site rep.
Have they come back to your reply?
He's come as our site rep. He's come back to me and said, "Don't shoot the messenger. This is from the council. Bear in mind, it's the same people we judged allotments with, yeah, for the Worcester show."
That's hilarious.
But they don't know which plot is which. They've just looked at the plot on its merits, so I might have to email the bloody council.
You know what? I've got a really strong suspicion you're going to win the allotment plot of the year at this year's Worcester show.
I don't think I am.
We judge it.
I don't think I am.
No, I'm going to make
You know why I'm not going to? Because I'm just going to use it as a plastic dumping site. No, I'm not. I'm going to get it sorted, and I know it's not the best, but it's also
like the Del Boy Trotter of the allotment.
But it is next door to a plot that has been uncultivated for 12 months, 15 months maybe.
So what's the issue?
And this is my point. I said if I've almost got a clear up notice, God help some of the other people on the allotment site, because I just threw them under the bus. Because if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. And the response back was, yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of other people getting clear up notices. I'm like, brilliant, sound.
So if you need an allotment in the Worcester area, there's going to be a lot coming up in the very
There might be a few coming on my site on Comer Avenue. It's not mine anymore. Technically, I'm giving it away, ain't I? Because my co-workers, I'm not charging him. He's doing it for free.
Subletting them.
Not really. I am allowed. It's all legal and above board and done through the council. I'll show you the emails. Anyway, should we talk about bargains?
I think we should, mate.
Or should we do our hero first, and then we'll come back and talk bargains?
Yeah, I think you need to.
I think I need to calm down.
Get your breath back.
I need a drink and a little pistachio. We'll have a little watch of Kate's video.
I do that again.
Right, here's Kate talking all about wonderful houseplants.
Booyah!
And hello to everybody listening and watching. I'm Kate, and I'm also known by my handle Pumpkins etc. over on the gram. And today I'm going to talk to you about something you might not expect. What if I were to say to you, begonias? Yes, that's right, begonias. They're going to be big in 2025, people. Trust me. You might have to just go with it, trust me. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about those fuddy-duddy bedding plants that you might have seen in your grandma's garden. I've probably offended half of the listenership with that, but I doubt it somehow. I'm not talking about those. I'm not keen on those, in case you hadn't guessed. I'm going to talk to you about beautiful foliage houseplants. If you'd have asked me a year ago if I would be talking to you about these, I'd have said no. I'd be like, get over, nah. Give me an anthurium. I'm an anthurium girly and a fern girly. Maybe a philodendron and a push and alocasia. I don't think I'm the only one that it's not as if it's not like we're over the other plants. We're just looking for something a little bit different, and that's where the begonias come in. So let me show you a few. First begonia. Are you keeping track? It's almost like a drinking game. How many times can she say begonia in 5 minutes? I've already lost track. This one, I guarantee you, this is not what you're picturing, right? And I will describe it for those who are listening to the podcast. But look at this beast. This is Begonia ferox, grown from a rhizome, and it's got these beautiful dark green ovate leaves. Okay, but the really interesting thing about ferox, it's a bit of a beast. I mean, the word itself, it's Latin for fierce, right? Ferox is Latin for fierce. And you can see why. It has these really deep red, almost black spikes covering the leaf. Aren't they just incredible? And then if I turn it over, the spikes are actually hollow. So the underside, it reminds me of a coral. It looks like it's full of holes, a bit like a brain or a coral. I just think it's incredible. Fierce. I mean, it's a vibe. It's an absolute vibe. Look at that. Oh, covered in tiny little volcanoes. Bloody love it. It's a great one. Probably the begonia that you pictured as soon as I said that word to you, okay? It's the cane type, angel winged, It's the maculata. I mean, isn't she beautiful? Really dark green leaves with the white, almost silver spots covering the leaves. I mean, she's gorgeous. I know that the vast majority of you will have seen these. They're quite common, but they're a really good starter. And if you're looking to sort of branch out into begonias, branching on the canes, if you're looking to branch out into begonias, Immaculata is a really good one to pick. It's going to stand out from the rest of your plant shelf, and it's gorgeous. And a little thing, actually, this is some pub quiz knowledge for those of you out there, fashion fans, people. The underside of the leaf is this beautiful deep red colour, and legend has it, this is where Christian Louboutin got the inspiration for the red soles of his shoes, from the Begonia maculata. So there you go. If she's not worth owning, I don't know what is. So what should you do if you want to grow one of these beauties? Well, keep them away from direct sun, but they do like bright light. So ideally about 1 metre away from any windows. They like to be kept moist. So make sure that you don't let them dry out because they'll go all crispy. I'd say obviously keep an eye on them, but on average during the growing season you want to water them between once a week and once a fortnight. And I mean, every time I water my plants I feed them as well, because we forget, we know it's not just like our edible produce, our foliage plants need feeding too, so that's really important. Class of begonia, back to you boys.
Mate,
whoa!
I never knew what a begonia was.
Mate, I do absolutely love
like that little
begonias.
spots and all that.
Yeah, they're class. But the polka dot one is beautiful. I used to have one, and I had an angel wing, which used to grow two leaves out of a section, and they literally look like angel wings. They were absolutely beautiful. But I killed them both.
See, I can pronounce that. Begonia.
Begonia.
Sounds like a pasta.
Now they also do outside begonias as well, and they're great because you can get trailing ones. They're big, beautiful flowers on them. Hanging basket full of trailing begonias. Oh my God.
Cheers, Kate.
I might actually do one.
Mate, that was awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
I'd say I would buy them, to be fair.
No. Anyway,
Nice.
we need to talk about today's
Bargains.
subject, and that is bargains. As we were saying at the start of the show, this last couple of weeks, Lidl and Aldi have had all the supermarkets are available.
If you're rich enough.
But they're shit.
Sure.
Lidl and Aldi have had their middle aisles on, and it has been garden. And they've had things like raised bed planters for like 30 quid.
Decent quality,
hand
you know.
tools, £1.99 for trowels and little hand rakes.
I'd love to sell bought them, but Kenton Stowe, love you.
Cheers, Kenton Stowe.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
We love you. But it got us thinking, what bargains do we love? Now, me...
Cheese.
Yeah, I know you look like a whoopsie cheese.
I love a
don't you?
whoopsie cheese.
I love a bargain plant. Now, I've got some bargain plants.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing with them.
I do.
See, I look at them, I'm like, things only get worse for you if you come up with me, to be
Right.
fair.
Well, this is
Look at
one
that.
of my absolute favourites, and it is a hellebore, right? And
Can I
this,
touch it?
you can touch it, yeah. How waxy are those leaves? Now, the great thing about a hellebore is this time of the year, coming into spring, they're nearly finished. Right?
Oh, right, okay. So
Okay.
winter plant.
So they're a winter flowering plant,
Okay.
and they're great for bees to feed really early in the season. Okay, this time of the year you can get some absolute bargains with hellebores, and anybody who knows them and has bought them before, that is a 1 litre pot, roughly 1.5 litre pot, and that would probably set you back in the garden centre 16 to 18 quid.
Wow.
Right. That, I went direct to a nursery who do a plant sale on a Saturday and Sunday at their gate, 2 for a tenner.
Wow.
Right.
You could flog them on.
I could flog them on, but I'm going to put them in my garden because I love them. So I've got an absolute rook of hellebore. I ended up with 4.
Okay.
So I spent £20 and I got 4. So basically I got 4 for the price of 1. So
That's a steal.
plants you can see, not necessarily whoopsied, because I absolutely hate and can't bear
B&Q wines.
garden centre plant, not garden centre plants, supermarket plants.
B&Q, though,
Yeah.
they're bastards.
Yeah,
But you got there, it's
it's health and safety, this the bastard, because they're told they're not allowed to water them because someone might slip over. If they slip over, it's natural selection. You deserve to break that hip,
deserve to die.
right? Not die, just break a hip,
All right.
right? If you can't see the hose pipe and the little sign that says wet floor hose pipe, don't be a dick. then you kind of deserve it.
Yeah, but
right?
bargains, you don't have to be supermarkets.
No.
They are good.
They are good.
But check out your local nurseries.
Absolutely. And nurseries don't want stuff like this beautiful hellebore, going to waste.
No.
They don't want to keep that in that pot for the next 12 months or 10 months before that's sellable, right? And they only sell direct to trade, the one I went to. I'll tell you which one it is. It's Allensmore Nurseries, and they're over in Herefordshire. It's a beautiful ride out for me. It's about an hour, so it's a bit of a trek. It's a bit of a morning out, but that gate sale absolutely fills me with joy every time I go, because I get loads. Potted dahlias, which you did so expertly the other week. I have got a row of 6 of them on the windowsill over there. They were 3 for £10.
Wow, is that good?
That is really good for potted dahlias.
Yeah.
A tuber on its own in a bag, when you don't know what you're doing with it, might be really poor quality. Probably looking at £6 or £7.
Wow. Okay.
So I've got 6 there, potted up. And I think they may have been 3 for £15. I can't quite remember, but they were a bargain, right? Absolute bargain. Bargains you can get. Supermarket plants I'm not massively enamoured with because they just look really dead all the time, right? They don't water them. They're not allowed to water them. It's pathetic. But bargains. You can pick up some amazing ones now. I saw at B&M, another shop here that's always got a bargain. They had some absolutely beautiful palms, right?
Okay.
Palm trees. This thing was 3 feet tall. Beautiful spiny leaf palm was £10.
Wow.
Right, I've seen them at the garden centre, probably double the height, fair enough, so they've had a lot longer growing and people have to look after them for longer. 140.
For a bit of effort, save yourself a fortune.
You can buy things a little bit smaller and that will save you an absolute rock of money. Also, things like compost and bed fillers and stuff like that can be very, very expensive. Now, I know you are an advocate for the soil improver you get from your local dump.
It's not even local, it's your local. It's
Well,
Pershore.
it's not my local, but yeah.
It's close to you.
It's the closest one they've got to the Cotswolds, apart from Jeremy Clarkson's farm.
So we have a ride out there and get bags of muck.
Yeah.
It's
But
good though.
they're £2 a bag, yeah?
£2 a bag.
£2 a bag.
£2
right?
a bag. We even had some delivered when we had obviously we got kicked off our old allotment because they sold it for housing.
Improvement
Got
notice.
a new one, and we had a trailer load brought over. I think it was 10 tonne. I think it was. It cost £160.
It's crazy.
For 10 tonne.
So that is a bargain. So you can shop around and do these. If you want manure, you can normally find that for free.
Yeah.
And if you look outside the box, think
See, I'm
outside the box.
I'm always cautious about using horse manure and stuff like that. Obviously, because of some of the supplements I've gone through.
Yes,
and all that
and
kind
if
of
they're on
stuff,
antibiotics
yeah,
and things
be
like that,
careful.
you just need to consider that. But you need it to also be well rotted.
Yes.
So well rotted manure should have got rid of a lot of those nasties.
Should have, but just be careful.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially with grown edibles.
But there are other ways that you can look at this. You don't have to go with horse manure. You can also go, like I did last year, with alpaca muck.
Alpaca.
Now, alpaca muck, they've got 3 stomachs, so their digesting is a lot faster than horses. You can use it immediately in pellet form. Yeah. So you can throw the pellety poo-poo on the floor, mix it in with your bed, absolutely fine. It's not going to have too much of a high nitrogen content. It's not going to burn your plants. Absolutely sound, you can get it in now. But the same applies as what Bish just said there. You've got to speak to the farm owner, ensure you know if they're on any antibiotics or weird feeds that you do not want transplanted into your beds. No. If you are organic, it's a very, very dodgy game that you've got to play with speaking to the farmer.
If I've had, if you're using like horse manure as well, I've had a lot of ketamine.
Ooh.
And crack on.
Imagine ketamine carrots. Now you wouldn't manure a carrot. So that's but yeah, bargains. So get yourself out, have a little look around. All of the stuff's coming in the shops now. Lighting, I've always found really, really decent at-home bargains. Yeah. Now you take the mick out of me because
I don't. I'm actually looking.
I love it.
Solar lights, festoon solar lights. You can switch off.
Festoon solar lights are a real pain.
Yeah,
I ended it with plugins.
Keep me up at night.
I ended it with a plug-in and it was easier. You get a better quality festoon.
You do, but
Home bargains have got some amazing garden ornaments and garden lighting, and it is really, really inexpensive. Live garden, laugh, and light. Yes. Right. We've educated you. Now it's time to educate him. Okie dokie. Ready?
No.
Do you want to know what we're talking about?
No, surprise.
Or should we just play the video? It's a video this week. I did it last week for you. You haven't got to do anything.
Thanks, mate.
Over to you.
I was busy with Manuel.
We don't need no education.
So, Bish, you were listening to last week's show. I was telling you it's time to start supporting your plants in the garden and over the allotment. Now, I know you're a dab hand at building a beam frame and some pea frames, but what do you like in the garden? Now, I'm going to show you a couple of examples of supports for your plants. Right, you can go as simple as you want. Your original and the best is still your bamboo cane. They're hiding behind my shed, so I ain't got them out. But that is a metal equivalent, right? So, stake in, a little bit of twine, a little bit of horticultural Velcro, something like that. Tie your plant to that. That will give it support, keep it upright, and stop it flopping in the wind. That is one option. Second option is a little bit more architectural. Now these are ring supports, and I use these for my peonies. So let's go and have a look at what we do with them. Okay, so example for you is my peony, right? I've got a few dotted around the garden and they've all got ring supports like this one. My peony's there and it is looking absolutely great for this time of year. Now peonies don't like to be messed with. The more you mess with them, the less they're going to flower for you. So you need to give them a little bit of a helping hand, but don't interfere with the plant at all. So my support is going to go quite far back from where the plant actually is. It's going to go in and down to there, and I'm not going to force that around there now. I'm going to wait for that to grow through the ring there, and then once the flowers develop, it should stay supported if they get wet, and they can get very heavy because they're quite big flowers on this peony in particular. But that, Bish, was Educating Bish, Plant Supports Edition.
We don't need no education.
So there you go. Consider yourself educated on supporting your plants.
Financially and emotionally also as well.
Just structurally, right? So I talked about it on last week's show about supporting your plants. A great time to do it now. Yeah. Now, because you do it now, things will grow into the supports, and you haven't got to fight the plant to get the supports on.
Looks like my tomatoes need supporting already.
Really?
I don't even like tomatoes.
I haven't even. Well, I have started them over allotment, but
yeah, my courgettes.
I've literally just.
Tomatoes.
You've gone really early, man.
Yeah.
You've gone really early. I
ain't
even looked at it yet. I ain't even looked at stuff like. I've sown some tomatoes, but it's only the first lot. I'm not too fussed about courgettes just yet because they will kick on like madness when they go. I'll probably look at them middle of April-ish, a couple of weeks yet, and I'll get them on. And we'll tell you all about it. But that was Educating Bish.
Cheers, Bush.
Right, so that comes to your favourite time of the show.
Oh, the dirty boy! The dirty boy! It's time for Fake Garden News. This week, Monty Don fancies his chances at Rear of the Year.
Now this is something I'm genuinely proud of. A lovely peach.
He loves a nice juicy peach.
See, earlier in the show I said I like a nice clean peach. So
You did.
Monty.
So does
You know what I
Monty.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
What can I say?
Just want to let you know, it is all fake. It is all in jest. And Monty.
he's not. He's a
hang on.
demon.
And Monty loves it.
He does.
Because he liked it.
Monty actually gave us
Monty's
a like.
actually given us a like on one of these. If you
Brilliant.
check out our Instagram, we've got loads of these.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, some of them have done amazingly well. Gone viral with
have.
1.8 million views.
We're kind of a big deal.
We're kind of funny and kind of a big deal. And if you don't like this or subscribe, it's your loss, not ours, because we're already endorsed by many things, such as pistachios and liquid death.
Liquid death.
Hydration.
Keep
It kills
us
your
hydrated.
thirst. We're not sponsored by them, but if they want to sponsor us, we're well up for it because we love a bit of water.
But anyway, get yourselves down there, get yourselves some bargains, and we will see you
Next week.